know what? I have to make my guess. I think number one is the Pedalhead. Let's see. Oh no! I got it? Oh! I got it, dude! I got it!
You got an ear from town.
I do. Hello, you lovely creative people. Matthew here with Ear Sounds, and we have Leonardo.
So I'm Leonardo. I'm from Synergy. I'm part of the DSP team. This year we are glad to present you the technology that we developed in collaboration with Wampler and with Friedman. With Friedman, we developed a new device that's called IR Load, which is a load box attenuator, reamping device. And with Wampler, we developed a little power amp called Pedalhead, a 60 watt tube watt per channel stereo power amp with IR. And there's a really cool tech behind it that we think will solve what's is the last bit of missing link between a Class D power amp or a small rig and a cabinet.
And it's the push-pull, like a tube does. The push-pull feeling that everybody complains about with digital
Correct.
solid state.
Yes. Okay. What's the issue with with solid states? Basically, solid states are high efficiency device that just either switch or push current to the speaker. Usually those devices are really low impedance. The output impedance is like the resistance that the output stage needs to fight in order to drive a load. The lower this resistance, the freely it can drive a load. The higher the resistance, it will be less effective in driving a load.
So will that mean less headroom?
No, actually, that means that that's very complex, very technical. I'm trying to do it simply. A tube amp has high impedance. It means, and a cabinet doesn't have a fixed impedance. It has a really weird impedance curve with a resonance of lows, and then it goes up again. When it goes up to 1K, 2K, it rises again. That's called the speaker impedance. In short, we say 8 ohm, 4 ohm, 16 ohms. That's usually the impedance at 400 Hz. It's not the DC impedance. A power amp, what a power amp does, it fights this impedance and it tries to push whatever you want it to push. The lower the impedance of the power amp, the more the power amp will win over this difference.
And does the impedance change as you're playing?
Correct.
And
But
because that impedance is changing, a solid state can't react to that changing.
Exactly for this reason, because the Class D is inherently low impedance. If you try to increase the impedance of this design, you will get more heat, less efficiency, and ultimately it will become unstable. So what we found out, and it's a patent pending technology, we found a way to artificially higher the impedance of this stage without actually hiring it. So it's still ultra small, ultra efficient, but it sounds and reacts just like a tube amp. And since this tech was developed, we thought, okay, now how do we present this to market? This product will have 6 different modes where you can select the behavior of this machine learning. And the behavior here would be, for instance, a Friedman amp, a Fender amp, a high gain amp on these prototypes. On the final version, there would be 5 different amps, most likely based on what people commonly use, like Box or inspired by all these amps.
And when's it releasing?
It's 3 to 9 months. We are waiting. We are actually alpha customer with ST Microelectronics. We need a lot of power to do this, and we're just waiting for mass shipment of those DSPs, and then we're ready for production.
So coming from DSPs, how was the transition from DSPs to this?
This is actually a DSP product. This is a fully DSP product.
So
it's fully digital, but it acts like analog, a digitally controlled analog. This device will do a sweep with all the audible frequency at first. That's to establish a baseline. And then while you play real time, it's still gathering current and voltage from the speaker to adapt to the model inside. The model will be pre-trained, so the model will be here. The user won't be able to model, let's say, another head.
Right.
That's what the pedal will have inside.
So then once you model a head, you'll have to redo the learning.
You do the learn only when you change the speaker. As long as the speaker is the same, you don't disconnect it from here, like left to right. You don't have to do it anymore. It still works okay if you don't do the learn. But if you want like a pretty accurate.
You change the speaker, you change the amp, you want to relearn.
If you change the speaker. No, if you change the amp, doesn't matter. You connect this to a preamp, so you would still need an external preamp, being a pedal, a modeler. There will be a mode specifically designed for modelers, because usually modelers already have their power amp simulation.
And you feel this works best for like cabinet simulator? Like what would be
No,
the
this
ideal use case?
Ideal use case is just driving a cabinet. So you have you have a fly rig or a real rig, because this is really powerful.
So pedals into the power amp, into the cabinet, and you're done.
Yeah, and it sounds just. I mean, we set up here an A/B test where we are using a tube preamp. This could be just like an IRX or a Tone King, could be anything. In this case, it's the small box real head. And then we are going either into the small box power section or into this power section. And so far, I think nobody did get it right. Nobody
Really?
could pick.
I think I can get it right. It's loud in here. But I think I might be able to get it right. Well, I don't know.
It's up to you.
This is the second year in a row, Leonardo, where I'm like, you know what? Digital is too good now. You can't be a snob anymore for tubes.
I mean,
good.
This is different than actually digital. It's more like you are driving a real thing. So it's not really.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, I would call it distance control analog, because that's what you're doing. You're driving a speaker. So it's I guess it's similar, but
the flat response speakers are still speakers. So this going into a standard cabinet sounds better than a flat response speaker.
Way better. Yeah, I mean it's. You can think of this like going into a return of your amp, of your head. I mean, guitar tone, 50% of guitar tone is the cabinet. At least that's my experience. Like, if you want to feel that.
Yeah, well, depending on the room, it could be 40%, it could be 60%.
I mean,
room,
yeah,
right?
it's in the ballpark. It's not 1%, right?
Yeah, and no, of course not. It's not 1%. I always say the speaker matters more than the cabinet.
Yes.
I'll take a nice speaker and a crappy cabinet all day.
Yeah, but it must be a guitar speaker. The guitar speaker has something that's physically it's hard to reproduce with an hi-fi speaker, especially once you want to reproduce a 4x12 with a 1x10 FR. I mean, yeah, you can get there, the sound would be there, but it will be the recorded sound you're used to. It won't be this sound that everybody grow with a real cabinet.
Now I'm curious to see if I can tell.
Hey guys, it's Bob. I just want you to know, do not subscribe to this guy. Do not watch his videos. Definitely do not click on another video, because he doesn't use a tube screamer. He leaves me underneath the bed, guys. I'm under a bed. Before this video, I was in a bed, and he just took me out to take pictures of me just to humiliate me. Don't subscribe.